Okay, so you're going to come with me on a training mission. I do this every now and then just to kind of refresh, because it's not like riding a bike. Anything I don't figure out, or anything I have a problem remembering, I'll go back and read. It's good to do that. Also, when you do these training things, it's very good to note down the QNH and make sure that you've actually got everything set correctly, because you're mucking around with bombs and stuff. So you want to get that right, because we're going to be practicing with setting things up and doing all that kind of junk. So air to ground, obviously. Now we'll go to control. I think the latch has now been switched to on as a default, because I've been switching it off. I also like to work in feet. It's just easier for some of the calculations, because that's how I've learned them. I haven't learned them how to do it in meters and stuff, so we just do it with feet. Alright, so we'll go to the next waypoint. Slave everything. Okay, now we'll go to the CDU. We go to function 5. I'm pretty sure I've shown this a few times, but this automatically changes your waypoint when you move over it. When you're working with targets, better to leave that as manual, so you've got control over where your SPI is and your SPI basically. So let's change that to manual. Then we'll go back to TGP. Everything's slaved. Select the TGP as the soy. Now we'll look for the soft targets, because I want to show off something that I haven't noticed. I've noticed in this. I'm in the open beta at the moment, but I haven't noticed this anywhere else, or at least I haven't noticed it before. So let's just line up with this properly. Now you'll notice that there's a bit of wind. That's why your velocity vector is off to the right or whatnot. So you want to line that up with where you're going. Now we go to DSMS, and I'll show you this little cool thing I've newly noticed. So these are now laser guided. You can get laser guided M151s. They're really fun to play with, but watch this. This is something that I think is awesome. You can actually track the rocket. You can visually see it. I don't know if I've never noticed it before or what. Now hopefully you can see that little white dot tracking into the target. Maybe I should switch the laser on. Yeah, tracking in. Bam! How cool is that? Alright, we'll do that again. I'll switch off the laser and we'll come back for another pass. And I tells you what, this heads-up display, this is an absolute godsend. I mean, I guess the real A10 pilots, when they went from the A to the C, went, wow, what an improvement, and then from the C to the Thunderbolt 2, they've done the same thing again. They're going, wow. Now I'm sure the guys in real life also have to worry about where the laser is hitting the target, because if you're aiming the laser, I suppose, I don't know, if you turn around a target, if you're aiming at the backside of a target and turn around the target, the laser should still hit the flat surface on the other side. What I'm saying now probably makes no sense to you, but I don't have the brain power at the moment, the capacity, while I'm trying to concentrate on this. So if you aim at the other side of that BMP, I suppose when you turn around and go the other way, the laser will still end up pointing at that point and still mark it, so that the whatever ordnance can actually see where you're firing. So let's so cool, laser on. So cool watching this thing. There it is. Bam! Alright, we'll just lob another one quickly. See if I can do that quick. I can do it quick enough. That was good. Alright, laser off. We don't need that anymore. So what we'll do, we'll try the CPU 97, that's something I've always had a problem with. Yes, I have read up about it. Yes, I've done all the tutorials and that kind of stuff, but I never remember how to do it. So I remember that 1000, you have to do minimum altitudes in thousands and stuff, because if you try and do it halfway, it just defaults to 0 or something like that. So you have to do it in 1000 feet. But if I view profile here, I want to be able to change the height of function, because I know you can change that. I just don't know where. Desired. Because what I want to do, we have a tightly packed group of tanks. So that tightly packed group of tanks requires a low height of function, from my understanding, so that the pucks don't spray too far. So for those of you who don't know what a CBU 97 is, Future Weapons called it something else. It's a fuse something weapon, and it spins, and it uses that centrifugal, I think it's centrifugal force that does that, because the centrifugal and some other way to pronounce it, that means something different. And while it spins, it sends out pucks, and the pucks have sensors on there. Sensor fuse weapon, that's it, sensor fuse weapon. Those little pucks are shape charges, basically, and they use a laser to scan the area. When they hit a heat source, they fire off their shape charge, and it's molten copper that's traveling fast enough to go through a tank. So a very powerful weapon. But the pucks, if they spin too fast or spin too far away, you don't get a good result for a small group of tanks like this. Is that tanks, or is that... Let's just identify. Yeah, tanks. And I could do this in CCRP mode because they're not moving. But let's just try it in CCIP mode. Well, a bit too much rudder there. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Invalid fusing. Yeah, just as I thought. I wasn't going to send anything downrange. Oh, there it is. And did I hit the wrong target? I seem to have lobbed it. I watched it go down. Yeah, it went down, but I'm not seeing any. No, see, that's a good way to waste a very expensive piece of kit. Oh, goodness me. I should have put it in CCRP mode and tried it that way. But in the meantime, we'll use a GPU 54, and I reckon we're going to need some height for this. So this is a new laser guided JDAM, I think it is. Because the GPU 38 is a JDAM, but it's guided by GPS. Okay, so is this in CCIP mode? I've got some kind of marking up here that I haven't seen before. Ah, okay. So this is CCRP. So, really? So it has some kind of an idea of where you've put your SPI, and calculates from there, I guess. Hang on. Let's just set that as the TGP is the SPI. Yep, okay. So we've got a marker here, and we've got a bit of a countdown like the missile. Yep, we've got a carrot. We're going to line up, we're going to put the laser on, and That's a good release point by the looks of it. Launch abort. Oh, what have I... Oh, okay, I wasn't flat. I must have it at... I must have restrictions on. Hopefully it can see the laser because the laser stopped. Rounds on target. Alright, next target we'll do the GBU 12, but we'll do the GBU 12 in CCRP mode because this defaults to CCIP, because this one can also be a dry, you know, just an automatic drop. But at least now I know that I have to read back up on the CBU 97s. So the GBU 12s, let's go to profile. This one's much easier, just set to CCRP, save. Make sure you've got your SPI set where you want your ordnance to drop. Don't forget to arm your laser. So once we get the line up for this bad boy, we'll switch the laser on, give us plenty of time. Now this one, the ball at the top there, just where the gun bore sight is, you see that little dot there? That's the little drop down carrot. When it starts moving at about, I don't know, 6 seconds or something, that's when I hold it down just to confirm. I don't know if that's like a launch abort or security thing. Let's just arm the laser. 8, 7, 6, thumb down at 6, release. Alright, autopilot on just so I can watch this. As you can see, there's a little countdown timer in the bottom right. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. So these ordnances will correct themselves twice during flight. So it is possible to have the laser disrupted and still have the rounds land on target because they do change trajectory twice. It's not a continuous feed, and as soon as you drop the laser, they're useless. It doesn't work like that. You may or may not hit the target, but there's a good chance you'd probably hit the target unless the wind or whatever is quite extreme. So let's see, what should we try next, eh? Neither of these are laser, which I've only used the laser one once. That's fairly easy. I would like to practice with the laser ones though. Alright, I guess we go with the 65H. And see if we can get a decent loiter time on this. I'm just going to bleed off some airspeed. Which isn't working, and this isn't really what you're supposed to do with an aircraft, let's be honest. I'm just kind of, really stressing the... I didn't hit that. Okay, well, I guess let's go to Maverick, slave it, very good. Rifle, okay, so sometimes it doesn't pick it up. You just have to manually force it to pick it up. I don't know what these are, but let's shoot them. Alright, we'll go to the other AGMs. Maverick, very good. That's aiming down there for some reason. Okay, T-55 groups destroyed, yay! Very good. Now, I just want... I wonder, can I see through? No. Yes, I can. so I can actually see through the aircraft where the TGP is supposed to be aiming. Alright, so let's just set these ones up, eh? Man, this heads-up display is just intensely good. I just love it so much. Alright, what we'll do, we'll line up, we'll come in for a run, but we'll use an AGM instead of the gun. 175, so we're about at stall speed actually. See if we can get it just above to like a really good loiter speed, which is around 190 I think, 190 knots. See this little thing here, the one with the triangle is the really good loiter speed. Let's just wing down, see what our lineup's like. Can't really tell. I'm sure the lineup's fine. Because what we're going to do is we're just going to rifle these two AGMs, one after the other. Slave everything to it. Select that as main because we might have to manually acquire the target, which we do. Rifle. Next one, which this is quite hard doing this. I want that one. Rifle. Okay, now let's track these into target. Except they don't... See there's a little black dot here. I don't know if you'll be able to see that with the quality, but... Oh yeah, I can see the white of that one. And now we'll be able to see the booster of the second one come in. There we go. Mission success. However, I don't find it's a success with the CBU 97. That's going to be something that I'm going to have to read up again, because I have completely wasted that. So, air to air, air to ground, release all the speeds. TAD. Alright, Maverick. I wonder if we could EU off. That's fine. DSMS. Nothing looks like it needs to be sorted there. Safe, 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 off. CDU. Alright, function 2 for divert. Creech is the closest. Let's go to Creech, which is right there. And I've got easy radio on. Just because I find it easier, because I haven't learnt any of the okay, 360-600, because I haven't learnt any of the carrier frequencies, but I do like to use the radios realistically. I should have been listening, but I didn't. Alright, let's just go for a really crazy landing. We're going to land it from here. I mean, I know I could probably land it closer, but this is very unrealistic. What do you reckon that is? That's about 4. So we need to get below 3, I reckon. we're landing at the right runway, which is a good sign. Still a little high, we're obviously too far to the right and we're going too fast. Excellent. Just where I want to be. Too high. Too fast. And now we've got 10 seconds for the engine to spool up. Too fast. Excellent, excellent, excellent. That's good, that's good. Good, 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 good. Nice. Full brakes. Let's pop those tyres, huh? Alright, flaps up. Air brake in. Everything's ready. Alright, very good. So if you enjoyed watching this video, I'm grateful. Chances are you probably didn't, because it's really boring. And to those people, I do apologise. I haven't made a video in a while. But I really wanted to show off those this new feature that I've noticed, that I don't know if I've noticed it before, or, well, I know I haven't noticed it before, but it's I don't know if it's a new addition or it's something that's always been there and I just haven't really paid attention. Or maybe it's my really old TV that I was using, because it's quite large. I probably wouldn't be able to see anything. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys.